has really struggled as well. 39% at that faceoff X. Chris Arceri for the Quakers trying to come up with a win, but it will be Yale possessing. And we can see the conditions already becoming a factor. Players losing their footing, but Yale will possess first.
It's funny, Joe, both you and I walked on the field
on the field here as Tynan Walsh gives it up.
You'll notice Cam Rubin, number 12 for Penn, is being covered by a short stick, which I find very interesting.
Walsh scores. Look to use Rubin as a little bit of a decoy. Looked like he might dump it off to him, but Tynan Walsh nets his 4th of the year.
You know, it's a nice play by Tynan. I was mentioning earlier that Rubin was being covered by a short. They kind of played a little two-man game down that side. They're both left-handed, Rubin and Walsh. He gets a little space here, little dip and dunk, and pops in that top left corner. That's an example of what we talked about, Joe. If they can start to get contributions from over the field and trying to piece together all 4 quarters. So that's sort of been their theme of the week.
Hanley, good penetration here. Lets it fly and scores! Hanley, a magician in the box. Able to spin around and score as Penn claims a 2-0 lead.
This is one of those goals where you'll see it in a second, Joe, but where a coach is going to start screaming, can somebody take the body, please? You're seeing all kinds of stick swinging. Say Hanley's still standing up. You got to play the body there. You know, how well can the players handle the ball, and does it come out of their stick in a little bit of an odd way, either too high, too low? So, but it is raining pretty hard right now.
Penn possession continues. Rubin's shot, and he scores. He whistled that one in and points a finger to the Alumni Day crowd.
I thought about Cam Rubin today because if you look at the stats, and I'll get this slightly wrong, Joe, but he scored like 4 goals in the first game and maybe 5 in the second. He hasn't scored a lot lately. And if he gets going, more cutting action. There it is. So
good hustle by
great
Carroll.
hustle. Yeah.
Get there and back that up. But you're right, that's exactly the shot that they were looking for. Penn was ready with the challenge. Shipley fires this ahead. Feet inside. Walsh dives and scores. Tynan Walsh, his 2nd of the game, and Penn with a 4-0 lead over Yale.
I don't know how far back this replay is going to go, Joe, but what that creates is sometimes that look inside from above to your crease attackman, or on a sneak play from behind where your attacker from X sneaks into the goal.
Pretty play there set up by the pass from Kibe to Leo Johnson. You talked about Johnson being the secondary goal scorer on this Yale Bulldogs team. He's able to get Yale on the board.
That was a slick little play. I'm surprised that somebody on Penn didn't crash down the backside there, because you'll see Leo Johnson cutting left-handed, kind of slips it in there, and they didn't really see him soon enough to make the play. And a very creative little backdoor cut by Leo Johnson.
For Johnson, that's goal number.
To commit penalties in bunches, and it really fouls up their flow and momentum. They want to stay out of the penalty box today.
Arceri shoots and scores off the faceoff. Chris Arceri with the win and the fire.
That's a great goal by Chris Arceri, and he's flashing a left hand here. If you watch the play, if we get a replay here, you'll see him come down right-handed. Then he'll move to his left, little fake, boom. So he's flashing a little left hand there, which is pretty slick.
First goal of the year for our Thomas Bragg cruising down the left side. We talked about Brandow facilitating from behind cage. We'll see if the ball ends up back with him. Spinning in is Johnson. A shot and a score. That one just snuck by Carroll. And certainly a great shot, but if you ask Carroll, he'll probably tell you that's one that he wishes he had.
Yeah, that's a good point, Joe. Boy, Leo Johnson's got a nice left hand. That's his 2nd left-handed goal. He kind of has a nice little spin roll dodge there. That's a really beautiful shot. Offside stick, so not on the stick side, and really just.
And 3rd fewest turnovers per game in the country, so not something that happens often. Great save made there by Carroll to shut down that 5-hole.
The other thing that creates, Joe, is what they call a shot clear, right?
Dumps it down low. Quick stick attempt by Walsh just would not connect, and Hanley's check does not separate man from ball. Here comes Yale. Christian Johnson in transition. Fed back up front. Nobody had the man, and a score. Pretty play for Yale as Patrick Hackler, the junior, finds the back of the net, and the lead is cut to 2.
You know, we talked about those little mistakes. I don't think Tynan Walsh needed to quick stick that ball. I think he could have caught it and taken a clean look. All of a sudden you get a turnover. Yale gets in a 5-on-4 situation. They rotate the ball quickly and smartly, and they've got a great cutter coming straight down the gut who was wide open. Catch, finish, goal.
Yale possessing. Brandow again, drawing a lot of attention, dumps it off. Kyle Zawadski, and now a good check coming in. Pretty play from Matt Palazzi.
Pass break for Penn.
Blake shoots and scores! Peter Blake finds the back of the net for the first time this year, and Penn up 6-3.
It's funny because Sam, I'm laughing, Joe. Sam Hanley was wide open, and Peter Blake said, "You know what? I'm taking this thing right down the gut." But if you see it, especially from this angle, you'll see Sam. And Peter Blake, here he comes. Great play to check the ball, clean pick up and go. So now you've got a clean 5-on-4 situation. You'll see Hanley coming in the picture there, pretty wide open. Peter Blake says, "You know what? I'm taking this shot." Penn actually reacting fairly well and passing along cutters as they sort of spin down the backside.
Carroll sees that one, holds on. And now Penn, if they're able to clear, can finish off this penalty. Shipley, nice move, and seen, if any, from Yale that's allowed them to kind of close this gap here.
Well, Yale is really willing to get that ball up and get moving and try to create unsettled situations, which I think is smart because Penn's 6-on-6 defense, as we've talked about, is very good, and then it's hard to score on them. So the best way to score then is by scoring on extra man and by, what a play.
That was a spectacular performance by Chris Lyons, and what a way to score his 26th of the year. Lyons makes it 6-4.
This is almost a reverse, Joe, of the Hanley goal that came earlier.
Yes.
Right? So here's one guy chasing a stick. He picks up a ground ball, still chasing sticks. Nobody plays the body. You get that close to the goal, and you've got 3 or 4 defenders. Someone's got to play the body and knock.
Hanley. And now Penn takes it inside a minute. Nice find inside for Rubin. Had that shot knocked away.
Yeah, it was blocked.
And now you talked about it, a chance for Yale to make it a 1-goal game going into the break. Sounds crazy to say this considering the pedigree of these two programs, George, but a loss here almost certainly knocks either of these teams out of the top 20.
Oh, for sure. And the bigger question is, let's say you're Yale. If you lose this game, you're going to 0-3 in the Ivies. You're in big trouble. So,
speaking of big trouble, that's what Brad Sharp found diving in there, got decleated. Not like Penn sitting pretty in the H&8 either. Flag down, a shot, and a score! Auxiliary scoring, Matt Palazzi, physical play on one end and a goal on the other.
That's a great series for Matt Palazzi. There's a penalty flag down. It was only a technical foul for offside, so it'll be wiped. But really steps right through this check. He'd coach kids, young kids. Perfect shot, offside, nice momentum builder for Penn. So important series for both teams here.
This game means so much to both of these teams, and not just because of some of the games that we've seen recently. The rivalry is really ramped up in the Ivy League tournament as well. The shot and a score. Johnson again goes low. The 5-hole hat trick for Leo Johnson. And Yale not going away.
It's a really pretty play. I thought just watching him play that he was, as they say, all left, right? Completely left-handed. And Leo Johnson shows his left, spins down the right side, right-handed shot. Really beautiful shot. So he had
a better shot than that one.
Yeah, I thought it was a poor shot, to be honest with you. It was unscreened. It was seen all the way. Uh-oh.
Takeaway, Brandow in transition. Shoots and scores! Brandow cuts the Penn lead to 1. And just like that, Yale nearly equal.
We've talked about those little mistakes, Joe. Penn had possession. They had the way out. It kind of jiggled out of their stick slightly. They did not get the ball cleared. All of a sudden, it's a turnover and then a perfect scenario where Brandau's got a clean alley all the way to the goal. Shot, goal. You can't make little mistakes in these bigger games again.
Being tied. Brandau against Farrar. Big save made by Carroll, and it's kicked out.
Yale gets a really good shot off there. There's a rebound. They get it back. Goal.
Carson Cool able to find the back of the net, and just like that, it is a 7-7 game. You talked about Yale finding their sea legs. They really have done that here against Penn.
You know, not much you can do there about the rebound. It was a really good save by Emmett off his off-stick side. They get the, it's like getting an offensive rebound in basketball, right? It gives you another chance to score, and they get the chance, and the guy makes a really good shot off stick. And
a shot and a score. Yale takes the lead as Krevsky finds the back of the net. We said he has a cannon, and he showed it off there. And that was just a good change for Yale. They caught Penn napping.
Yeah, I've been watching this Krevsky. That's the last goal. I've been watching Krevsky all game. He really can let it go, and he's got a big body. He shows left and right.
That takeaway, though, here's Penn. A shot, and Paquette another save low on Walsh.
Paquette's starting to play his way into the game. Ruben earlier, he scored, it was like 4 goals in the first game and 3 in the second. Man
is right, going upstairs, and Thomas Bragg finding the top of the net. Yale up by 2 now, 9-7.
Again, that's a huge turnaround, right? Cam Ruben has like the shot you dream about down his end. Clean look at the goal, doesn't score. Ball goes down the other end, Yale does score. They need Ruben to score that goal. They need him to take that ball and stuff it into the goal.
Carson Cool picks up an assist, so he's got a multi-point game for Yale. But yeah, what a momentum swing.
I think that's the look they were trying to get the whole time in this full 5-man rotation. And they had it with Ben Smith. He turned and fired. He just missed the goal. Here's Sam against the short. He should be going to the goal right now.
Lays it off for Smith inside, and Smith scores. The sophomore's 11th of the year makes it 9-8.
He wasn't going to miss twice, Joe.
Yeah.
He caught it. He caught it the first time, spun around and shot. This time, he was not going to miss twice. He's a very good inside catch-shoot type player, and Sam makes that pass nicely.
Shot blocked off, and now we'll see about this penalty with 1:05 left.
I saw this play, Joe, and I don't mean to be critical of the officials, but
you're going to be.
I'm from here in Philadelphia, and I've always thought that Philadelphia refs are so terrified of being called homers. This is a play, you're going to call that a foul? That's every time down in lacrosse, in college lacrosse, every single time. It's just unbelievable. And I think the refs here in Philadelphia are so scared of being called a homer that they're harder on Penn than they are on the opponent. So anyway, Yale going extra man. There's a minute to play in the quarter. So it's a full minute foul.
A shot and a score. They won't need the whole minute. Thomas Bragg, his second of the game, and the senior lights the lamp again to rebuild Yale's 2-goal lead.
Man, Bragg and Krevsky, they're almost the same guy a little bit, 45-48. Big, tall, power shooting middies, just takes one look, guns it. Really, and they've had the ball almost the whole time. I feel like every time we look down, Joe, we're here in the press box at Penn, Yale's got the ball. They just have had it for so long, and Penn's had very little possession.
Good read by Lavelle, but it's still here with Yale. Johnson shoots and scores his 4th of the first half with under 6 seconds to go. Leo Johnson able to find the back of the net for Yale.
He's really good player, and I think this is screened. You'll see that Penn player ducks. I don't think Emmett ever saw that ball. I just think it was screened all the way. The alumni group is right below us, so you could hear a lot of noise early, and that noise has subsided quite significantly.
How about that connection from Shipley to Smith, though, to beat the buzzer?
Oh, my God. That's unbelievable. That's incredible. You just see so many times people chuck it toward the goal. It never goes in like that. Ben Smith catches it clean, turns around and scores. I cannot believe they let him catch that ball. So here's James Shipley. He's going to take a look and just gun it as fast as he can toward the goal. Here's Ben Smith, who's going to catch it clean, turn, fire. It's unbelievable. It's incredible.
Yale takes an 11-9.
Goals from other people, right? They're getting a career-level game from Leo Johnson. They're getting goals from their other middies. Yale's getting a group who can score.
That one blocked off. Smith looking for the hat trick. Sun poking through here at Franklin Field. Oh, Fury dispossessed here. And Fury showing some frustration. He's kind of been stymied in this game. Not a lot going right for Fury.
No, he's not really.
Brandow sharing with Lyons.
Those 50-50 ground balls you're going to have to really watch as the game rolls on, Joe, because that's going to tell the tale.
Man, what a pretty play again, and a flag at the end of it as Brandow collects the pass from Johnson and scores. Now we'll see about the flag.
Big ground ball win by Yale. Could have been a clear for Penn. Becomes a possession for Yale. The ball gets moved. They settle it nicely. They get a great cutter coming down the gut. Shot. 20 years ago they would have said good hit there. I'm not sure how that's a penalty. Boy, Brandow was open for a second there. They didn't see him, but he was open. They're looking at that skip look to Brandow. They
found him that time. Yeah. Brandow goes upstairs for the hat trick. Back-to-back goals for Brandow. And just like that, Yale rebuilds their 3-goal lead. Or make it a 4-goal lead, rather.
You roll this tape back, Joe, to that ground ball a minute and a half ago that Penn could have easily.
Shipley scores. Needed a goal, and they got it.
It was really patient series that time, Joe, where they rotated the ball once, rotated it twice. It created a little open space on that backside with James Shipley against a short stick. This
is Robert Shane on the run for Penn. The Jacoby getting some run here late. Shane shoots and scores, curls around the cage, and Robert Shane, the senior, pulls Penn back closer.
If they show this replay, boy, I really like that to Jacoby. I'd love to see him play some more, to be rather honest. He rotates the ball in. Shane's got an extra step on the short, comes around the goal, takes that extra step, Joe, to create more angle and more opportunity, and stuffs it in the goal.
Prep product, so local high school. Has some space. Hanley muscles his way in and scores. Here come the Quakers, Sam Hanley.
This is a really pretty goal. Again, they're rotating the ball well, Joe, causing Yale's players to move and slide. They rotated to Sam, who comes down that left lane and just guns it in the goal. Sam's been missing.
Good battle here for Yale. Looked like a loss. But Rodriguez comes away, shoots and scores. Both Pogos have found the back of the net in this game.
Wow, that's a great play by Rodriguez because he actually lost the draw. Arceri had actually done the hard work of winning the draw. He's got it here. He goes to pick it up and misses. Rodriguez guts it out, uses his body, and then can outrun Piper Bond. Wow, what a play. What a great play. Not off, but hit the post. There's another inside look.
And another save by Carroll, and he grabbed it as well. What a play by Emmett Carroll. Carroll, honorable mention mid
the task. That was a big save and an important save. Big confidence builder for Yale and for their goalkeeper. Sun is now out, so it's like a day in England. 1 minute raining, 1 minute cloudy, 1 minute sunny.
Yeah, you got all. If we have snow, we have all the seasons in one day. How about that find from Hanley as Smith scores on the bouncer to make it 14-13.
That's what Ben Smith does, Joe. He floats and finds stuff off ball. He's slippery. He gets open by half a second, catch goal. That's his whole game, and it's very effective.
Now is going to award Penn possession here. What a break for the Quakers here.
Did you see that? I didn't see what caused that situation because the shot clock either was expiring or had expired. Great look on the sneak.
How about that from Walsh? Too good. Fakes high, goes low, and Hanley on the dish. It's 14 apiece.
If they show this replay, Joe, it's such a brilliant look by Sam because most people think he's going to throw it down the wing to Ruben. He skips that and zips it to the sneaker inside. That was a beautiful pass because the obvious look would have been.
So that's due to Penn's ride not being the same as Yale's ride in that particular instance.
And it's also due to substitution, Joe, because Penn subs a lot, right? So after they take a shot, they will sub off their offensive guys. By the time they subbed on, the other team has cleared it by then. So it's partially lack of pressure, partially substitution.
Shipley staying on defensively. A shot low and a score. Carson Kuhl nets his second of the game, and Yale back in front by 1. What an answer from the Bulldogs here. Kuhl getting around Bond. That's not an easy task. And then he beats Carroll. That's no cakewalk either.
It's a really good play. You know, they use
a 15-14 lead. Penn with a season high in goals, but they'll need at least one more to equalize with Yale. A shot, make it 2 more. Sharp, drop the shoulder, then drop the hammer, and Yale back up 2 goals. 16-14 the lead, 7:58 to go here in regulation time. This one's got an exciting finish brewing at Franklin Field. Lions retreating here. They spin in for Johnson, who's been the star of the show for Yale.
Really has. That was a nice defense by Penn. Oh, come on, BJ, make a play. Here he goes.
Farrar
Fast
picks
break.
it up, dangerous in transition. BJ Farrar has a free run. Lays it off.
That's kind of the difference in the whole game. That play
getting their proper personnel out. Shane, who's gotten a lot of run in this quarter, scores, shows why. Robert Shane nets his second, and it's a 1-goal game with 3:33 left.
Great play by Robert Shane. He's really a nice player and gets to the goal and forces his way to the hoop nicely. Comes down right-handed, spins back left, takes one look, boom. Boy, that's a great shot.
2:40 left. Penn looking to tie here. Smith shoots and scores! No-look shot for Ben Smith. That's number 4.
Wow, he didn't even take a look at the goal. He had a short stick coming from behind, which is rare for Ben. You know, usually he'll have a long sticker covering him. He comes right-handed from behind, kind of knows where he is. He's got a short sticker and just kind of lets it go. And it went in. So now 2.5. You got to get something going very quickly. Got to go right to the hoop right now. Taking too much time here.
6 seconds left. Fed in front. A shot and a score! Tynan Walsh gives Penn the lead.
You know, I didn't think they had enough time. I didn't think they had enough time, Joe, to get that one done. What a great skip look across the formation. And what a smart look to Tynan Walsh, who catches it, drops his stick down low, and guns it high. So here's a great look across the formation. There's Tynan, stick low, shot high, boom. Man, that was a bullet right in the top corner. 1:17 to go. 1:17 as Penn takes the game clock.
2 timeouts apiece. Brandow.
Coming against the short.
Kuhl shoots. And it stays here. 21 seconds left. Do wonder if Andy Shea of Yale is going to be tempted to use one of those timeouts. With 21 seconds left. Got another Penn-Yale classic here.
Looks like he's going to let him play it out. That's interesting. There's 2 schools of thought on that one. We're going back to Kuhl again. No need to rotate.
A shot saved up top by Carroll. Carroll with a save in a huge moment, flipped all the way down, and Penn is going to hang on against Yale.
Wow. That was such a big-time save. What a game, Joe. What a great athletic contest by both teams. Really hard fought. Great fourth quarter to watch. Yale does not choose to call timeout. They're coming down the stretch. They let their players play it out. They get a great look, and Emmett Carroll is equal to the task and makes the save. Bam! Wow, what a save that was.